Good morning, Thursday morning. Hey, check this out. I was checking something out, right? Where I was saying, well, females are complaining about men being ugly or shit like that. And I was just thinking, like, oh, women being pretty than men, look better than men. I'm like, that ain't never, like, been an issue. Like, it's an issue with these new motherfuckers. And you know what? And I'm hearing it from a lot of places, but I don't really care about Mexican, white people, and Spanish, the same motherfucker, Chinese, Indian. I'm talking about our culture, not, because what they say, I don't really care about them, because that's for them. What I'm saying is for us, right? There's never really been an issue with pretty men. That ain't never been men ain't never been pretty. If you find a pretty man, then what? He fruity in a motherfucker, right? So, that's been a thing where, man, you wanted a hard-working man. A man that's gonna get up, take his ass to work, put some meat on the table. Wasn't about who was the most handsome and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? And, of course, you like him, like they say, clean up well when he ain't working, put a suit on, nice hat, shapeless beard and shit like that. But as far as just a real pretty ass man, that shit never existed. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell are they thinking about. They had their priorities and shit wrong. That's why we are the most unmarried, right? Because who the hell worried about a man being pretty? Dig what I'm saying? Like, ain't no such shit. Like, the more productive is what you're looking for, because you're trying to build a nuclear family. But if you just looking to take pictures of me online or some silly shit, then yeah, you want to find one of these fruity motherfuckers to take pictures with, I guess, or get a man that you think is really pretty and get with him and find out he's fruity in the motherfucker. So they need to get away from that shit where they thinking looks wise, like, just got, like I say, clean up well, but so to speak. But all that trying to find a pretty man, that shit is crazy to me. Like I said, they got their priorities messed up. So again, like I said, the people of yesteryear, they found a guy, okay, he was decently looking to them, to a particular person, because that's subjective. But it was all about, oh, he got a job. They thought, okay, he had a good job or whatever, and they didn't have a set amount that I knew of. And shit, it was good enough, because in the 80s, hell, what the minimum wage, the minimum household income was like $21,000. And you had a good job, and this in the 80s, this 40-something years ago. Still, wasn't no 100,000. In our community, it was like 19, 20, 21,000. You can go back and check the stats in history. So, and that's like what you made yearly. You dig what I'm saying? Although everything's went up, we already know economically, the economy. But still, I'm saying, like, people act like men or black men has been making so much money for so many years. Nah, that's not true. And we still made it work. You still looked good together. She looked at, of course, you want your girl to look nice. Because that's the thing. The man wasn't so handsome, but the woman, of course, you want a cutie pie on your arm. That's what it's all about. But at the same time, not the prettiest women made the best wives. It's always somewhere down in the middle, like a adjustable 5 or a 6. Those genuinely was the best wives, because they wasn't always worried about aesthetics. They might have had the shape, and then they just was, like I say, regular nice looking chicks. They ain't have to do all the add on, little lipstick, lip gloss, earring. They was ready to rock. You dig what I'm saying? Shit, the man was happy. She was pretty much happy, and it was everything went well. But again, all this emphasis on real pretty ass man or some shit is crazy. And you know what? Now to look back in history in the black community, there was only one cat that I can remember on commercials, and I think I heard my mom say something. I think I seen him on the Jefferson. Billy D. Williams, as a man, you didn't look at him and think he, handsome ass man. He's just a regular ass man to me. Probably most men, men don't find other men like aesthetically beautiful and shit like that. But you also get the drift when you're around and you see something that women engage in, you know what I mean? And like I said, growing up, Billy D. Williams was a standard to a certain cat, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, for you to see him on a commercial or TV and hear a woman say, oh, look, look how handsome he is. So you look as a kid, okay, that's what they like. You dig what I'm saying? And that was pretty much the only cat that I knew. And I'm sure it was other cats that women found handsome, but I'm talking about for me, that I heard shit like that. So there was never a string of no shit like that where women would run around looking for pretty ass men. Again, like I said, and if and if so, that's something came with that. If you're a pretty man, yeah, buddy, you better believe you fruit and a motherfucker. You know what I mean? But that's something I seen, man. Just saying, speaking on it. Again, it ain't my mix. I don't really care, but I just think our culture, it's like they played a trick on people. They put out all kind of information and people fall for the shit. Magic tricks where they say the sleight of hand, where somebody show you something that's gone type shit. They call it the sleight of hand. So it's basically a fucking trick that's been put on our culture where, go look for this and you ain't gonna never find shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna average ass woman or most average. You ain't gonna find no 100 men with 100-something thousand finna come sweep you off your feet like Cinderella. Man, you'll see Jesus before you see that motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Even the most beautiful women, men know that everybody's after her. You know what I'm saying? Some cats, but they ain't the one, man. Regular, nice, just regular chicks, like I said, about a 6, 5.5, adjustable 5 or 6 are the ones that get chose. They're not so beautiful. They damn sure ain't ugly. They right down the middle. Probably nicely shaped. They ain't got to be the finest, but shit, if she could make you feel like you 10 feet tall, she got it. Dig what I'm saying? She won. That's it. That's basically it. Do the things you like, make you feel like you 10 feet tall. Man, she got a husband till she don't have a husband. You dig what I'm saying? Those are the ones that last. But all this other BS, nah, it's not happening. It's not gonna last. So, but yeah, man, I just wanted to say that about when we're talking about them pretty man type shit. But yeah.